The nativists, driven by hatred, pushed forward through anything in their way, knocking over statues, signs, Irish people even. They set fire to a nearby house and the family stood there in complete innocence and terror. The eradicating flames gleamed among their eyes, casting eerie and menacing shadows. "Protect the church," Bishop Kenrick implored, his voice trembling with determination to save his beloved place. Our community rallied, forming a human barrier between the church and the advancing mob, who were screaming out many cruel things towards us Irish people. The fire raged, its ferocious flames reaching for the heavens that us Irish looked up every second of our day. The heavens themselves seemed to weep alongside us as the desperate cries of the faithful merged with the crackling inferno. I stood there side by side with my neighbor and helpless and heartbroken, watching the church that held our hopes and dreams crumble into ashes.
Go.
Amid the warm summer of 1848, Seneca Falls, New York, bore witness to a gathering that would etch its name into eternity. I found myself amidst the crowd, eager to participate in what would become a pivotal moment in the fight for women's rights. In her opening words, Stanton stated, "The time has come, my sisters and brothers, to finally challenge the injustices we've endured for far too long. We are gathered here today because we understand that women are not inferior to men, and that we are entitled to the same rights and privileges as our male counterparts."
As we marched, I could see the fort, a small strip of beach, 50, maybe 60 yards wide, with the wicked Atlantic to the east and Vincent's Marsh to the west. Initially, I could smell the ocean, which was puzzling. How could we fight on such a pleasant place? But as we approached, the air thickened with the smell of blood and gunpowder. I heard a man yell, "Give him hell, 54th!" as we made our way to the front lines. A heavy gunshot rang my ears, and Colonel Robert Gouldshaw yelled, "Charge!" As I jumped in the battle, the spray of bullets and the thick eye-burning gunpowder made the presence of war and death known. I quickly came to the conclusion that survival was as thin as the picture of my wife in my pocket and the letters that Lewis Douglas had given me.
If you were in Hamburg, Georgia during the times of peace and prosperity, you would have seen the growing predominantly black community of Hamburg. African Americans owned farms, land, and even stores. Kids were able to play with little danger, and there was even a militia that black men could join. With this all-black militia, our town was protected, and we performed military drills throughout the town to minimize any problems that may arise. Walking through the streets of Hamburg in the searing heat of the summer, you can see newly freed slaves working hard at work and doing what they can for a better life for themselves and their kids.
Told us the Indian ways were bad. They said we must get civilized, embrace religion and farming. I remember that word too. It means be like the white man. I am willing to be like the white man, but I do not believe Indian ways were wrong. The books told us how bad the Indians had been to the white men, burning their towns and killing their women and children. But I had seen white men do that to Indians. We all wore white man's clothes and ate white man's food and went to white man's churches and spoke white man's talk.